Today I'm coming to you with the ultimate Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea guide. If you're planning a trip to Tokyo Disney, you're in the right place. Even if you're a Disney pro elsewhere in the world, Tokyo Disney works differently. Here's what I'll cover in this video. We've got our intro, why Tokyo Disney is different, Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea ticket guides, how Disney Premier Access and Priority Passes work, Tokyo Disneyland versus Tokyo DisneySea, which park should you choose, how to get to Tokyo Disney, monorail and transport tips, how many days do you need at Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea, top 10 things to know before visiting the Tokyo Disney Resort, staying at Tokyo Disney's hotel versus off-property and vacation packages explained, Tokyo Disney rope drop guide, do you really need to arrive at 5 a.m., Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea ride strategy, your Tokyo Disney merch guide, unique food and dining experiences at Tokyo Disney, and essential tips. With all of this, you'll be ready to plan your dream trip to Tokyo Disney Resort without the stress and with plenty of insider knowledge most first-timers don't have. Now, if you're like me and you don't always process information by someone talking to you and you need to see it written down, I have also got everything I say in an ebook form, and that is linked below if you would like to read along, if you'd like to reread it after you watch this video. It's really handy, and it's got like some extra special tips in there. Why is Tokyo Disney different to the other Disney parks around the world? So you think you know Disney. Here's the thing, Tokyo Disney is a whole different world. Today, I'm gonna give you the ultimate guide to help you navigate Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea. Like a pro. Trust me, you can be the biggest Disney expert, but Tokyo Disney has its own rules that sets it apart. Why is that? Well, because unlike every other Disney park across the globe, Tokyo Disney Resort isn't owned by the Walt Disney Company. Instead, it's owned and operated by the Oriental Land Company. Disney licenses its characters, themes, and branding, but the design, operation, and guest experiences are completely managed in Japan. That's why things from ticketing to how attractions are run to guest services feel uniquely Tokyo Disney. And honestly, that's why it makes it so special. All right, fundamentals. How do you get your tickets? So there are 3 types of tickets. Firstly, the most common, it's your one-day passport. That's your standard admission to Disneyland or DisneySea. Then you have your early evening passport. You get entry from 3 p.m. onwards on the weekends and some holidays. Then you have your weeknight passports. For that one, you can get in from 5 p.m. onwards, which I would find great if you were a local. I would just finish work and then grab a passport and go spend the night at Disney. Where to buy the tickets? There are 3 options. Your first one is the official Disney website. I'll put all the links below so that you can see where you can buy the tickets and that sort of thing, so it's really easy to get to. So you got the official Disney website. If you can, I would try to use that one first. It is a touch less expensive. The only thing is, it does not like foreign credit cards, debit cards. For some reason, a lot of people have issues with it. I was able to book tickets on it fine for the first time. The second time I went to Disney, for some reason, it would not let me book tickets. It took my money and then it refunded my money and then it said I didn't have tickets and then it just would not let me do it. So your second option is through a third-party site called Klook. This is a reputable company. Everyone uses it. People use it for all kinds of attractions around the world, but in Japan you can book hotels and attractions through this site as well. So I'll put that link down below as well. It is a touch more expensive, like a couple dollars because they do processing fees. But if that's your only option, that's your only option. Your third option is to stay at an official Tokyo Disney hotel, a licensed one like Tokyo Disneyland or Miracosta or Fantasy Springs. You can buy tickets directly there at the counter. And that's a good option if you're going at a busy holiday time and tickets happen to get sold out online. You are insured tickets if you stay at the hotel. Really important, you cannot buy tickets at the gate. If you go to the resort, Tokyo Disney, you go to the gate, you cannot buy tickets there. It's only online or at the hotel. So don't think you can rock up on the day and spontaneously buy tickets. You cannot. Now, the Disney app is your lifeline. You must download the app right now. If you're planning a trip, make an account. If you haven't, you may already have an account because you've been to the other Disney parks, which is fantastic, and become very familiar with how to use this app because this app is essential. You can go to the other Disney parks and it's good to use, but not essential. It's essential for a good day at Tokyo Disney. You can do it without, but you're really not going to get anything that you want to do. If you buy your tickets directly through the Disney website, they will automatically link to your Disney app, so they will be there. If you don't and you buy it through Klook, there's a QR code and you can scan that into your app and then it will come up. And if you're staying multiple days, it will come up as multiple days, which is great. So on the app, this is where you're going to manage your tickets. It's where you're going to buy your passes, your DPA passes, and get your free 40th anniversary pass. I'll talk about that soon. It's where you're going to mobile order your food, or you're going to book reservations for your restaurants, because a lot of places require reservations. Also, the usual to see all the wait times, where everything is on the map. It's kind of essential. Now, if you've been to the other Disney parks, you're probably familiar that you want one person as sort of your point of contact for all your family members or most of your friends and that sort of thing. So when you buy passes, you buy them for everyone at once, so you can all ride it together rather than everyone trying to do their own individual one and someone missing out. So, very important that you should add your family and friends before you get to the park. Make sure they are in that app. You can see them all so that they will all be ticked when you enter the park and you're trying to buy your passes. Let me tell you how to do that. To manage everyone's passes together, you're going to go to My Family and Friends list in the app. You're going to click Add Guest. Your friend, your family member, they need their own Disney account, so they have had to have already signed that up. Then enter their details and they'll get an email invite to connect. And once linked, you can control all their tickets and bookings from your phone. Also very important, it's good to have a second person managing the account, because there are two types of passes, your DPA passes and your 40th anniversary pass. Again, I'll explain that in 1 second. You're allowed to have one person booking the DPA for everyone, and at the same time, you can have the other person booking the 40th anniversary pass for everyone at the same time. So it's good to, when there's a rush, when there's a lot of people, it's good to get someone booking one of each. So I talked about night tickets. Are they worth it? So I've done 2 night tickets. I have done the early evening passport, one night, both on a Sunday, because I went 2 separate weeks, one at Disneyland and one at DisneySea. For DisneySea, I think it's really nice to arrive on that Sunday and use that 3 p.m. access to get your bearings of DisneySea, to walk around, see everything at night, find where all the attractions are, look casually through the merch shops, just embrace it, be overwhelmed by the amazing immersion, and maybe get on a ride or two if there's the smaller attractions are kind of low wait times. I would not be going there with the expectation that you're going to get any of the paid or free passes. They will almost guaranteed, most of the big ones, to be sold out or gone by then. So I wouldn't really say it's the kind of place you'd be going for like all the rides at that time of night, but I think it's fantastic to get your bearings, to get the immersion, and then the next day go back to DisneySea and like do the rides and all the attractions. Now, completely opposite, Disneyland at night, I thought was the best time to go for the rides. I think I've been to Disneyland around 5 or 6 days, so 5 or 6 nights. So, and what I found at night was that the wait times on the rides dropped quite considerably. And the Sunday night out of all the nights was the best. I don't know why, but those wait times dropped to like 5 minutes to 15 minutes. Not for the big ticket rides, not like Beauty and the Beast, but all your classic Disneyland rides like Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, they were like 5 to 10 minutes wait time. So you could smash out like almost every middle of the road sort of ride. And then even like the big ticket rides were maybe only like 60 minutes to like an hour and a half rather than like 2 hours plus that they are during the day. So I think you can absolutely take advantage of a Sunday night pass and smash out a bunch of rides for Disneyland. And then like the next day, do a full day at Tokyo DisneySea. So segueing from that, what are these passes that I keep talking about? DPA, 40th anniversary pass, how do they work? I'm gonna tell you. So your Disney Premier Access Pass, your DPA, is a paid pass. It's a pay per person per ride. It's roughly about $15 to $20 Australian dollars, and you can see how much they are on the website. In-app, you get to select a designated return time for certain attractions, which means way less waiting time. Then, after an hour, you can grab another DPA, letting you start stacking rides throughout the day. These passes are limited, so grab them early for the rides you care about most. It's basically a pay for play, and if you don't want to spend your whole day in line for the big rides, it's worth budgeting for at least 1 or 2. Then you have the 40th anniversary pass, which is free and very popular. Like the DPA, you'll go into the priority access line if you obtain these 40th anniversary passes, and you do this in the app. Availability is limited and they go fast. After 2 hours have passed, or you've used the pass, you can get another one. And that's also how you could stack rides throughout the day. I hope I explained that right. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments and I will answer them. Disneyland versus DisneySea. Which one should you go to? Here's where I need to pause and address something I see come up all the time. Expectations. A lot of first-time visitors walk into these parks thinking they'll feel exactly like California or Florida Disney, and then they leave confused or disappointed. So let me break this down for you. Tokyo Disneyland is your classic Disney magic. If you're chasing that Disney feel, this is the park for you. Tokyo Disney is essentially a Magic Kingdom, but dare I say better? You'll find all your classics like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, all of those. There's Cinderella's castle, yes, you can actually go inside there, and you have that warm, fuzzy, nostalgic Disney magic feel that hits you the moment you walk in. It's everything you'd expect, and in my opinion, it's the epitome of Disney done right. Next, you've got Tokyo DisneySea, which is literally a one-of-a-kind park. There is nothing like it anywhere else in the world. It's often called the best Disney park on Earth, and for good reason. The theming is jaw-dropping. You'll wander through the Mediterranean harbor, mysterious island, Arabian coast, American waterfront, and more. Each land feels so real you could swear you've traveled continents in minutes. It feels more like a mix of Epcot and Universal's Island of Adventure than the traditional Disney park. Now, here's the key. I hear a lot of people say they were disappointed with DisneySea because they didn't know the following. DisneySea doesn't hit you with the Disney feel in the same way as Disneyland. You're not constantly surrounded by princesses and castles. It's more subtle. Think immersive storytelling, intricate detail, and atmosphere over in-your-face Disney magic. With the new Fantasy Spring expansion, there's definitely more Disney character charm added, but overall, DisneySea shines because of its uniqueness. And don't worry, there's still plenty of character meet and greets, merch shops, Mickey-shaped treats to remind you that you're in a Disney park. It's just different. The big takeaway. Go into Disneyland expecting classic Disney wonder. Go to DisneySea expecting a mind-blowing immersive theme park experience that doesn't play by the usual rules. If you know this going in, you'll love both parks for what they are and avoid the disappointment some guests feel when they expect DisneySea to be Magic Kingdom 2.0. But which park would you choose? Well, ideally, I would say, if you ask me, I would spend at least a week there and do both parks slowly and immerse yourself. But not everyone is as into Disney as I am. At least I would hope that you could budget in 1 day for Disneyland and potentially 2 days for DisneySea because that park is enormous and you've never seen anything like it. If you have to, 1 day each. But if you have 1 day, you're like, I'm going to Disney and I only got 1 day, which park do I choose? Here's the thing. Have you ever been to a Disney park? If you have never been to any Disney park before, I would say go to Disneyland. You will not be disappointed. It is everything that you could ever want for a Disney park. If you've been to Magic Kingdom, you've been to Disneyland in California, you've been to Disney Paris, I would say do DisneySea because it's completely unique and you've never seen anything like it. For me, having done both, if I only had 1 day, I would probably choose Disneyland because it is just the epitome of magic. And I kind of like the slower pace of Disneyland, and it has 2 of my favorite rides out of both of the parks, and that is the Beauty and the Beast ride and Pooh's Honey Hunt. So I would probably choose that. But I also love Tokyo DisneySea, so. All right, you're at Tokyo Disney, but how do you get to the parks? The monorail. The monorail runs in a one-way loop connecting the 2 parks. Expare, the shopping dining complex, and the Disney hotels. It's super easy to use, and with the trains running every few minutes, you'll never be waiting long. A full loop takes about 13 to 15 minutes, and they are very punctual. The Disney Touch. This isn't your ordinary train. Each car is decked out with Mickey-shaped windows and hand straps, which are impossibly cute. There's seasonal or special event decorations on the train. They have Disney music playing. It's a quick, comfortable ride that always feels magical before you even step foot in the parks. Now, very important, this monorail is not free. Here's where a lot of people get caught off guard. Tokyo Disney and monorail isn't complimentary like it is in the US parks. You'll need a ticket to ride. Your ticket options are you can buy a single ride ticket or day passes. The day passes are unlimited rides for the day and are definitely worth it if you plan to hop between your hotel and the parks and expiry during the day. I've got all the prices listed in the ebook, so if you want to see how all the prices map out, if it's worth buying the day pass, I would recommend that, but up to you. It's all written out in the ebook. Now, how to pay. First is your usual tap in, tap out with your Japanese transport cards, which is your Suica or your Passimo. Just make sure that you have money loaded on your cards. It's super easy to do. You can just go into the wallet in your phone and add a Suica card and then fill it up with yen and just tap and go. So it's like a train station. You would tap it, you go through, then when you get off the monorail, you tap off and it will charge that fare. Then you have your ticket machines. Now, a lot of people will use the ticket machines because this is how you get your multi-day passes. Not only do you get your multi-day passes, but you get unique souvenir cards, which have lots of different designs. You can choose the different designs and they get swapped out a lot. So they're also souvenirs that you can collect and they are gorgeous. Very important, which caught us off guard, you can't use your debit card or phone to tap and pay. You have to use cash. We didn't have cash on us, so very good to know if you're wanting to buy the multi-day pass. Otherwise, you're going to be forced to go and pay a one-way tap on your phone through the machine, and it'll charge you more than having a multi-day pass. We got cash and did it right the second time, just so you know. So why are these parks different? Potentially better. Let me give you a list. Cleanliness. Oh, I can't say that. Cleanliness. I'm not exaggerating when I say these are the cleanest theme parks on earth. Not a single piece of trash. Everything shines all the time. There is so much space. Tokyo Disneyland in particular feels massive. There are wide walkways, huge open areas, and so you're not constantly shoulder to shoulder with strangers. Even on crowded days, it feels less claustrophobic than other Disney parks. Superior rides. DisneySea has Frozen Ever After, one of the most extraordinary animatronics I have ever seen. This ride is a must do and it is extraordinary. Disneyland has Beauty and the Beast, which has, again, jaw-dropping animatronics. Pooh's Honey Hunt, which is a trackless ride and technology at its best. The maintenance is top tier. The rides don't feel tired here. They feel like they're running at their absolute best at all times. The popcorn buckets. I don't know if you have seen my popcorn bucket here. They are unique, highly collectible buckets that can only be bought here. Each one comes with refillable popcorn options and the flavors are wild. Think soy sauce, curry, honey, white chocolate. The lines for the popcorn can be just as long as the rides. There are really cute themed snacks, from mochi alien dumplings to Mickey shape, everything. The food presentation here is on another level compared to most Disney parks. Shows are a huge deal. The locals love parades, stage shows, and the characters greeting just as much, if not more, than the rides. People will camp out for hours to get the best spot for a parade. Lottery system for some shows. Some entertainment requires you to enter a lottery in the app for a chance to attend a show like Big Band Beat at DisneySea, but you may not get it because it is a lottery. There is exclusive merch. Tokyo Disney has merch you won't find anywhere, like Duffy Friends, which are hugely popular here, and seasonal collections that sell out very quickly. Politeness and courtesy. Guests in Japan are famously respectful. You won't see much line cutting, loud arguing, or people shoving through crowds. Cast members are also some of the warmest and most enthusiastic you'll ever meet. It makes the whole experience feel calmer, even when it's crowded. However, the crowds. Brace yourself. If you've been to Disney in the US or Paris, you'll probably think you know what a busy day feels like. No. Tokyo Disney crowds are next level. Japan guests are incredibly patient and they do not mind queuing, which means lines stay long all day. Headliners like Beauty and the Beast, or Soaring, or Frozen, you'll see wait times of 100+ minutes all day long. On peak days, it can hit 200, 300 minutes. Yes, that's 5 hours, and people will happily stand in queue for that. I can barely stand in queue for 60 minutes. I don't actually think I would stand in queue for 60 minutes. Food queues, same story. Even popcorn buckets can have lines that stretch around the corner. You need to brace yourself for this. Be prepared. The strategy. Paid passes are your friend. This is where Disney Premier Access, DPA passes, come in honestly, I consider it essential at Tokyo Disney. Here's why. Those headline rides don't drop at night like they do sometimes at other parks. 120-minute wait at 10 a.m. might still be on a 120-minute wait at 7 p.m. With Premier Access, you can secure a return time for the rides you absolutely don't want to miss. Once you've locked in the big ones, you're free to relax. Wander the parks, browse the merch, take in shows, and eat without stressing over how much time you're losing standing in those lines. Honestly, I would budget for those passes ahead of time and think of them as part of your park ticket. It's the key to keeping your experience magical instead of exhausting. Let's talk about staying at Disney hotels versus staying off property. When I go to Disney World, I consider it pretty essential to stay on property, but I'm going to give you a different perspective with Tokyo Disney. Now, I'm sure you've all probably heard of the vacation package, okay? I extensively researched this before coming to Disney. I love to extensively research. So I was in all of the forums on Facebook and watched all of the TikToks and all of the YouTubes and everything. And everyone, all these people comment and go, I've heard of a vacation package, but it's not really in my budget. Do I have to have a vacation package? And everyone says vacation packages are essential. You have to have a vacation package. It's the only way to go. Yes to vacation packages. I'm gonna give you a different perspective. At any point, if I'm like wildly off, because I've only researched this, I haven't actually gone through and bought it because, again, as I said, I don't really see the justification, but I will break it down for you. Please, at any point, if you're like, Amy, you've completely missed the point of vacation packages, please comment, because I would love for someone to correct me. Because if I'm right, I don't know why they exist, but here we go. So the vacation package I looked at included a stay at a Disney hotel, your choice. Your park tickets were included. You had 3 DPA options, so you could pick 3 rides that you want, and you get some extra little souvenirs like a drink voucher and a popcorn bucket and like a tote bag, okay? Now, I have heard people say that there are unlimited ride packages. I couldn't find that when I went on the site, so this package only has 3 rides a day that you're guaranteed. Otherwise, you're at the whim of everyone else in the park and you have to ride or again pay additional, okay? So here's the breakdown. I went through all the steps and chose as if I was going to book this vacation package for me and my husband, Jean, and I wanted to see how much the cost would be in the end. So I chose the Miracosta, which is a hotel that we would love to stay at. There is no choice of how many nights. There's only a 2-night option and a 3 park day ticket for 2 people. I think it's the first day is Disneyland and then the next 2 days are DisneySea. You don't have a choice, you can't mix and match. Then there's 3 DPA passes per park. So 3 for Jean, 3 for me, and you can choose which rides you want. So you can choose like Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, all that sort of thing. Now, I chose no meals in all of these packages. In the package, you can also add restaurants on. So if you've got a favorite restaurant you want to go to, you can add it into the package and then you won't have to worry about getting reservations for a restaurant or anything. I chose no restaurants in this vacation package because I have food allergies and they wouldn't be able to accommodate for me. So if I was doing this, I wouldn't choose any restaurants. There's no point bringing the price up. So the total price for that, 4,093 Australian dollars. So around 2,046 per person. Now, I decided to break that down myself. So if I went myself and booked the same hotel, same room, park tickets, and the DPA, I wanted to see how much that would come out to, which I did. So when I put that all through, it broke down to 1,800 for the hotel, so about 900 a night for the room. The park tickets were $480 for 2 people for 3 days. And then I put in the most expensive, $20 for each DPA, which is 3 DPAs per person per day, which turned out to be $360. That total was 2,640 Australian dollars instead of the 4,093. That's a massive difference. And here's where I don't understand where the vacation package comes in. I don't think a popcorn bucket and some drink vouchers and a few souvenirs justifies the extra like $2,000. Tell me I'm doing something wrong? Now I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to give you the off-property version of this, what I did, where I stayed, and how much that could cost you. Okay, so an off-property option is the Grand Nico. We stayed here, absolutely loved it. I have a video review on that if you'd like to see it. Now, let's compare with staying off-property. So say for the Grand Nico, you could stay for 5 nights instead of 2. 5 nights for $1,500. That's about like $300 a night. I actually got it a bit cheaper at a different time of the year, so you can actually get cheaper than that. And you can get higher than that when it's peak. So I then added 4 park days for 2 people, which is $640, and then still 3 DPA passes per person per day for those 4 days turned out to be $480. So that was a total of 2,620 Australian dollars. That's for 5 nights instead of 2. So, I mean, to me, that's the best option. And that's what we did. And it was perfect for us. My honest take, if money is no object, staying at like the Miracosta or Disneyland Hotel, even for a night or 2, would be magical. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to do that. I would love to do that at some point. But for most trips, I would just recommend staying off property. You save thousands and then you can spend that money in the park on food, on merch, and on an even longer Japan adventure. In my ebook, I've got a whole section on the Disney hotels. So if you want to stay at one of the Disney hotels, I've got a list of what the hotels are, what the perks are, all that sort of thing. I've also got a list of off-site hotels that are really good. They are called like official resort hotels, but they're not like owned by Disney property, but they have an agreement with Disney. So they often have Disney merch shops inside the hotel. They have Disney shuttle buses that will take you to the hotel. So they're very convenient. Also, a lot of these hotels are almost the same proximity as the officially licensed Disney hotel. So the hotel we stayed at, the Grand Nico, and the Hilton right across the road are almost the exact same position as the Toy Story Hotel and Fantasy Springs Hotel. They're just like one hotel over, like a couple, like 2 extra minutes. So it's not like you're 30 minutes away and you're paying because you want to be on property. You're basically on property staying at these non-Disney licensed hotels, just so you know. Also, can I just say, the room we stayed at the Grand Nico had a view of the Disney Castle, the Cinderella Castle, and the Beauty and the Beast Castle, and we could see the fireworks every night, and we paid like $270 a night. Do you know how much money you would have to pay to stay at like Miracosta or Fantasy Springs Hotel with a firework view? Like thousands, like $1,500 a night to see that, probably $2,000. No extra charge. Just saying. I'm very fond of the Grand Nico. Check out that review. Like, I can't not talk highly of it. All right, Tokyo Disney rope drop. You're gonna hear about this a lot in forums, that people will say you need to arrive absurdly early. So I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. Do you need to arrive at 5 a.m. to get into Tokyo Disney? First of all, it's important to know why people would rope drop Tokyo Disney. In my head, there are only like 3 reasons to queue up at the crack of dawn. 1 is to snag a DPA for Frozen Ever After at DisneySea, since it's the most popular ride. 2, it's to get on a big ticket ride without having to pay for the DPA if you're not planning on buying any passes, so you need to rope drop to get in line first thing in the morning. 3 would be to stack your 40th anniversary rides. So if you come in later, you'll probably only get 1 40th anniversary pass, as they do go quickly because they're free. And you have to wait 2 hours before booking another. So if you do get in very early, you may be able to obtain a second one. But is it worth lining up for hours to do so? Maybe. What does rope drop actually look like for Tokyo Disney? So the line system is interesting because there really isn't a system. People will start forming lines before the park opens to get through security. Once those lines start moving, it quickly turns into organized chaos. People stop staying neatly in one line, and instead they start to fill any gaps they see. So you might be standing in a formed line, and then suddenly 10 school kids squeeze into an open space and create a brand new line, which eventually has to merge back into your line at the single security checkpoint. I found that both fascinating and frustrating. Next, people often say security moves so fast, so don't worry about lining up at Tokyo Disney. That's debatable. It really depends on how many people in your line are flagged for bag checks. If hardly anyone is checked, your line will fly. But if several people are flagged, your line will stall to a stop because security can only process about 5 people at a time. So the speed can vary a lot. We lined up at around 7 a.m. for DisneySea, and I think we got in about 9:30 or 9:45. By that time, the Frozen Ever After passes were sold out. However, I did see two pop up when I kept refreshing the app, which I did end up getting, which I'm so grateful for, but that's luck, not strategy. So what's the best strategy for Disneyland and DisneySea? Honestly, I don't think you need to rope drop Disneyland at all. Here's why. Beauty and the Beast, the most popular DPA pass, doesn't usually sell out first thing. It often lasts well into the day. What would I do? I'd show up at like 9:15, 9:30 at Tokyo Disneyland if the park opens at 9. By then, basically there is no one outside. You can just walk straight in. The first thing I would then do is grab your 40th anniversary pass. That will disappear faster than your DPA. My pick, I'd grab Pooh's Honey Hunt. It's incredible and honestly one of the best rides in the park. After that, I would then grab a DPA for Beauty and the Beast. Then go enjoy the park. After an hour, grab another DPA. I personally go with something like Splash Mountain. The animatronics are great, the ride is fresh and everything looks good. A lot of people like to use their DPA also for Baymax. I would just recommend booking that one for nighttime because that is a whole other vibe. After 2 hours, try again for a 40th anniversary pass. It's likely that they'll be sold out, but absolutely worth refreshing to see if anything pops up. Now for DisneySea, that's a whole different story. Now for DisneySea, I did rope drop once because I did want that Frozen pass, but if I was doing it again, I wouldn't bother rope dropping. Unlike Disneyland, even if you arrive at around like 9:30 in the morning, you still might be stuck in the line outside for like a good another 30 minutes. The crowds there are wild. So if I was going, I'd aim for like 9:30, 10 entry. The first thing I would do is try for Frozen. If you can get that, that's your golden ticket. You've won. Soaring is probably the next one that will sell out. That is incredibly popular. The other DPAs tend to last longer, so I wouldn't be as rushed to grab them. Then I would get your 40th anniversary pass. My top pick would be Indiana Jones. And then I would start my DisneySea day and start stacking all the rides. When it comes down to it, I wouldn't stress about 5 a.m. queues. Unless Frozen Ever After at DisneySea is your absolute must-do, or you just cannot pay for any passes during the day, I don't think you're going to have any problems arriving a little bit later. In my ebook, I have a section on rides and which ones I think are worth buying your DPA for or worth putting that 40th anniversary pass on. So have a look at that. I'm not going to discuss that in here because it will take a long time, but I think that is very important to know where to place your money. But that's also subjective. Tokyo Disney merch guide. The merch at Tokyo Disney is on another level. One, it is so affordable. I was shocked. So affordable that I think I filled several suitcases by accident. I'm not used to traveling overseas and being able to afford anything. Usually our exchange rate is awful. This was really good, and it was so nice to see that they didn't surcharge everything because it's Disney. Everything was really affordable, which is so lovely. Not only that, it's beyond cute. Japan knows how to do themes, adorable, and practicality. Why is the merch here so special? Well, you have Duffy and Friends, first of all. Nowhere else in the world will you see the same level of love for Duffy and Friends. They have entire stores dedicated to them, and locals go crazy for seasonal collections. There's a lot of practical, everyday items. It's not just like plush toys and ears. You'll find stationery and lunch boxes and home goods and towels and kitchenware and themed snacks you can take home. It's Disney merch you'll actually use, which I love. Of course, there's heaps of seasonal and limited edition options, and there's park-specific exclusives. One very important thing to be aware of is if you see something you love, buy it immediately, because things sell out in both parks and they don't restock. It just seems to be a thing. Once something sells out, you may never see it again. I experienced this several times where I was like, that's a really cute hat or something, and then it never came back. So very important to remember. Also in my ebook, I have a list of unique dining experiences that you can have a look at. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but lots of really cool themed dining restaurants that you can go to. Also very important is, of course, allergies at Tokyo Disney. I have severe allergies and it makes it very difficult for me to eat anywhere in the world. So I am going to make a completely different video outlining all allergy, how I navigated Tokyo Disney with my severe allergies and how you can too. Okay, we are down to the last part of the video, which is my essential tips. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of tips at you, and hopefully these are really helpful. All right, tip 1, can you re-enter the parks? Yes, you can re-enter the parks, but very important, you need to get your ticket scanned on your way out. So go up to a cast member with your ticket on your phone and say that you want to re-enter, and they will scan it and it will like reactivate it so that when you come back into the park, they can check you in again. If you don't get that scanned and you leave, they won't let you back in the park. Very important to do so. Mobile and Wi-Fi. Don't rely on the park Wi-Fi. It almost never works, especially in the mornings when thousands of guests are trying to load their passes. It's pretty much essential that you have your own mobile data plan. Also, pro tip, when you get into the park, don't stop where everyone else stops to try to buy your passes, your DPA passes and your 40th anniversary pass. It's likely that even your mobile data won't work because so many people are trying to buy those passes. Just keep walking into the park a bit further as you start refreshing, and your mobile data should kick in. That's what happened with mine, at least. We used a plan called Sakura Mobile. Not sponsored, but we really liked it. It was really affordable and it worked well for us. I'll put a link below if you want to see the website for that. There's so many people recommending so many different mobile plans, but that one worked really well for us. We're coming from Australia. Really random, but this banking prep before can save your trip. Before your trip, check that your bank can confirm purchases via email instead of text. Many foreign cards will fail online if they only allow SMS verification. So with my mobile plan, I couldn't get any SMSs from Australia. And when I would try to buy something, it would be like, confirm your card. And it's like, I've sent you an SMS. Couldn't get it. So that's essential. You don't want to have to call your bank and spend a couple hours trying to swap it when you're on your trip, which is what I had to do, to get them to do an email verification. Do that at home first. Like, really essential for anything, not just Disney. If you're buying like train tickets, that sort of stuff in Japan, they're going to want a confirmation from your card, and SMS, nightmare. Ride strategy, single rider line. There's only 2 single rider lines only in Tokyo DisneySea, and that's Raging Spirits and Indiana Jones. Disneyland at the moment doesn't have any. Set an alarm for your DPA passes and your 40th anniversary. Once you've bought a DPA, set an alarm for an hour's time. Once you've done your 40th anniversary, set an alarm for 2 hours. And then you don't have to think about it. Then once your hour is up, your alarm goes off, buy another pass, then go off and do your other thing. It's just so much easier than having to remember. And then suddenly remembering 2 hours later and you've missed out on all the passes because you weren't paying attention. Like, no one wants to have to think about that while you're on your trip. Just enjoy yourself. Your alarm will take care of it. It would seem obvious, but people don't necessarily do this. Mobile order. You have that option on your app. It's so easy to do. Mobile order, and then you don't have to stand in line for an hour or 2. I mean, it just seems to be common sense to me, but still I see so many people standing in line when I just walk past because I mobile ordered. Just a thought. Also remember that a lot of places require a reservation to go in and eat at. So when you walk into the park, it's a good idea to know where you want to eat ahead of time. So in the morning when you're booking your DPAs and your 40th anniversary, also throw in a restaurant there. If you want to go eat at, like, in Arendelle in Elsa and Anna's Royal Banquet, just chuck in like, 11 a.m. I'm going to go eat there, and put it in your app, and then it's done, and at least you've got your spot reserved. Don't wait till lunch because you're not going to get a spot. And then you're going to be eating from like a popcorn bucket. Language. I feel like this should be common sense, but I'm just going to say it. You're in Japan. Everything is in Japanese. All the rides are in Japanese. All the cast members speak Japanese. I didn't have any problems with any of the rides. I feel like we know all the Disney movies. We know the stories. Like, it's pretty obvious what's happening. I can see it being an issue if you're trying to go to a show and you don't understand it. So that's why I didn't really go to any of the shows, because I don't understand Japanese, so it's not going to mean much to me. Also, just asking questions, ordering food. You may want to have your Google Translate app out. They may also have Google Translate on their tablet or phone so that you can communicate. Just be patient, respectful. The cast members are so beautiful and will go out of their way to help you. Just you be respectful and understand you're there in their country. I've also got other tips in my ebook, but I'm not gonna do them all in here because I've been speaking for a while and I'm losing my voice. So we're at my final tip, the refresh hack. I don't think this is a hack. I think everyone probably knows about it if you're in the States and you go to Disney World a lot. But I found this really important because when you go into the park, you want to get your DPA, you want to get your 40th anniversary. A lot of times as the day goes on, they run out, right? That doesn't mean they won't come back. So that doesn't mean when you go and look and you don't see it, you give up and then don't try for any more passes. My thing that I would do is if you're in any queue, you get in a queue for a ride, you're waiting 15 minutes in the queue, just stand there and refresh whichever one you want. DPA, 40th anniversary, or food at a restaurant if you can't get a reservation. Just stand there for 15 minutes, just the length of that queue, and refresh. Just keep pulling down because it's very likely something will pop up. You gotta be fast. I mean, split-second reaction to click on it. But I have gotten so many passes, including Frozen, several times because it randomly just popped up at like 12:15 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. or like really randomly during the day. So I just used the time where I would just be standing in line looking at the ceiling or something and just kept refreshing it out. I just think that's a good use of time. If you don't want to do that, that's fine, but why not? And it's likely that you could get another ride in there. All right, that is my ultimate guide. I have spoken so much. I really don't have a voice left. I'm feeling a bit croaky, but I would love to hear your thoughts. If I have missed anything, if you have any specific questions, please leave them in the comments and I will make you a whole video answering your questions. I love talking about this. I think it's so nice just to have clarity and information when you're going to a new place. I watch all these sort of videos myself because I just like to feel comfortable and informed. And so I hope this helps you. Please let me know if it's helped you. And I have so many videos about Japan, about Disney, about my days, about restaurant reviews and rides and POVs of rides. And I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to stop talking. Just please leave a comment and I will make you a video. Right now, I think you should just check out my Disney playlist. Go and watch all of those videos.